Well, Merry Christmas, James. This is Eric Leverson. I live in Minnesota, and right now I got my winter coat on and hat because it's about -2 outside, and it's Christmas Day. Everybody's inside taking a nap, so I figured as in sleeping. So I figured I would make a short video here and introduce myself and show you some of the tools that I use for flint knapping. Um, I guess I'll get right into it here. I have all these laid out. Here are my hand pads. I've made most of mine. This is my favorite one. It's just some layers of hard leather, and it's wood backed, so it doesn't flex. And I have some soft deer leather up on top, and that helps to. Um, it just I like the soft leather on top. Um, I just glued it all together with wood glue. Here's one I made, same kind of thing. I kind of made it for my fingers so they fit better. This one here, same kind of thing. Wood backed, many layers of leather as you can see. And I cut a notch out of it so that I can pressure flake it. This is just a rubber pad that I got from Neolithics.com, and I really haven't used this much because I like my leather one so much. And this one here is all squiggly and wiggly so that it fits my fingers just perfectly. Oh wait, there you go. I haven't used this much at all either, but it's got the soft leather on top. Here's my boppers that I like to use. Um, many different sizes. I like this one the best, and this one's really good also for getting in tight places. I made them myself, and it's just a copper cap like this that I hammered round on a what do you call them? I put it on a ball peen hammer, yeah, and I filled it full of lead, and then I just took some 5-minute epoxy, put it on a stick. This is a stick I got out in the woods, and for $5 I can make that really well. And I drilled all the way through it, and I put a pin so that the cap stays on well. So those are my two favorite boppers. I tried a couple boppers like this just for something different. They're flat. It didn't work for me very well, but that's okay. Some other things I like to use, a hammer stone sometimes. I have multiple different stones, rocks, pick them up out in the field and use them. And then I've got my flakers or notchers. These I like using for notchers. This is one of my favorites. It's just a 20D copper nail put in a broom handle end and sharpened up. I don't know if you can see that there. I like hammering it out so that I've got 4 even sides. Sharpen it up with a file. This one here is a large horseshoe nail that I cut down, and again I just put it in a dowel, wood dowel. Here is that copper nail. You can get those from Neolithics for I think $1 a piece. They'll last a long time each. You get packs of 4. For smaller notching, here's a small horseshoe nail. I don't use this very much because it bends, and I like to use the bigger one and just file it sharper. That seems to work better for me. And then this end here, I just took a piece of pipe and copper pipe and I hammered it flat. And this can be used just for running it along an edge and straightening it out, or I take this and I just kind of run this along the edge too. I prefer this, not so much this. I tried it, it did not work. And this one here, this is just a 3-inch iron nail that I hammered flat, and then I ground it flat and squared it off, and this works really well for notching. I like using this for notching. Here's some other notching tools I made. I just made these last week and I've been trying them out. This is for punch notching. And again, it's the 20D copper nail. And you just put that down on something like this and pop. Hit it with a, this is part of a hickory baseball bat. It makes for a good hammer. Or I just took, again, one of those copper nails and flattened out the end. And I haven't tried this much at all. Here's one of the long horseshoe nails. Again, I just cut it off, cut the point off, and flattened it out a little bit. And this great big thing is a 3/8 copper rod. Again, I just hammered it. It looks kind of like a screwdriver. I haven't used it much, but I'm working on that. Some other things that you can use. This is some copper wire that electrical companies use, and a lot of guys have it. It's pretty hard. It's about the same diameter as the nail, and what you use these for is an ishii stick, and you really need an ishii stick, which is basically, this is just a dowel, maybe 18 inches long, something like that. Here again, I just put a copper nail in it, drill a hole, and flatten it out. I like the 4 sides, and I just use my file to file it clean and keep it nice and sharp. And for indirect percussion, I took one of these 3/8 copper rods and put it inside this. This is a stick of buckthorn, and you know, just do what it takes to get it done. I use this for, I'm trying to teach myself indirect percussion, where basically you have this. A lot of people put it under their leg. You hold your piece like this, and then you smack it with the hammer, or with this, and knock off little flakes. And that might work good for you for doing percussion. No, not percussion, I'm sorry. For doing flaking, because I have hand problems and elbow problems, and I'm not that strong sometimes, and for doing flaking, it's kind of hard for me, and so I try to come up with different ways to do things. And this indirect percussion, you can look that up on YouTube. There's a lot of stuff for indirect percussion, but that might work really well for you running flakes like that. And then again, I have just a quarter of a what do you call it? Grinding wheel, and I use this for abrading. So it's about 9.5 minutes. I'm going to shut it off now, but Merry Christmas, and I'll come back with some extra help. Goodbye.